Hello and welcome back to Suspended Animation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and then we'll get down to it. So, if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video pop up at the very end of this video. And if you like that, you can hit the subscribe button. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Up here is going to be Doom Patrols. What's going to come up there at the end? If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I change it out every week. And I've got all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, no tiers set on the Patreon. I will once I hit 1,000 subscribers. I like giving things out to people instead of just taking money like some other sites out there. What else? It also has links to this YouTube channel, also my Facebook page, and there's also a Facebook group page which you guys can post stuff on and chat amongst yourselves. So let's get to it, shall we? I'm going to start off with kind of what I started off with last week, which was Comic-Con. So Comic-Con at home happened last week, of course, and was a massive failure. Complete and total massive failure. I believe they said something like tweets about Comic-Con had dropped like 99% compared to last year, of course. And YouTube videos about Comic-Con dropped 95%, somewhere around there. And there was a couple things that happened here. They, excuse me, they really screwed the pooch on having pre-canned, pre-recorded videos. And even then, when they were doing the pre-recorded videos, because they did them via Zoom, they did their interviews on Zoom or whatnot, and then recorded them and put them up. They had people getting cutting out and all that kind of stuff. So it was like watching a live Zoom meeting, if you will, but it was all pre-recorded. No one could chat. No one could do what, I have chat going on right in this side of me. I can see it. And yeah, and no one could comment on the videos afterwards either. So it was just boring. It was all old news. That was the other thing too. You had a lot of old news. People were basically companies were either sending out any kind of new news before Comic-Con started or before their panels and then or afterwards. And it didn't help matters at all. So yeah, it was really shitty. It was really shitty for people that Comic-Con's all about fan interaction. It is about questions. You get that one article actually put it pretty well on this one was if you're sitting at Comic-Con and someone steps out to the mic, you end up inevitably getting the whole question. This really isn't a question, but more of a comment. And you hear everyone in the room go, fuck. But the thing is, that's Comic-Con. You get that kind of experience. That is most conventions. You get that kind of thing. You're not going to get that, of course, with YouTube, Zoom, anything like that. But at the same time, you still can do chat. For example, The Boys introduced Stormfront, the actress who plays Stormfront. About the beginning of July, I believe it was, the end of June, beginning of July. They also released when they were going to have new episodes coming out when season 3 was coming out. Season 2, excuse me, not season 3, season 2. Oh, it's been a long time. I've actually been to the future and back again, so a couple times. So that's the reason why I'm a little discombobulated there. And they did it live. They did it on Facebook live. They had a moderator. They had people in the chat. They had people who actually had pre-submitted questions beforehand. And they actually had people answering them. They had their actors answering these questions. Eric Kripke was answering questions. That's the way you should be doing it. Not this pre-recorded bullshit where no one can actually do anything about it. I agree with you, Raymond. I said that too. Yeah, there was no big news. It was all old news. Everything was old, and yeah, it was really badly done. So yeah, they dropped the ball on that completely. And like I said, also all their technical problems that they had. I mean, even one of the better panels, the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted Face the Music panel was okay, but it was something that you would see as a video extra, on a DVD or something like that. It wasn't great. It was just kind of like oh, okay. So they talked a little bit about the movie without giving anything away, and it's like, all right, sure, why not? Yeah. I do bite, yes, at times, um, but just on the really bad mods that are out there. Um, you guys know who you are. Yeah, so yeah, Comic-Con at home was a complete and utter failure, on multiple fronts, and it was lazy to boot. I tried covering it, like I said, last Saturday, you saw me cover what I could, the Wednesday through Friday, bits, and then I canceled. I was gonna do another one on Sunday, figuring that there was gonna be some more news and wrap it up, but there was nothing. There was really no news except what came out after the con, and it was like, and that's what I'm reporting to you now. That's what I'm giving to you right now, is what came out after the con, which wasn't much because there isn't a lot going on. Everyone has hit pause at the moment because of what's going on with the pandemic, and we're not going to have anything new until, well, we're going to have some new stuff trickle out here and there. Of course, we've already got Umbrella Academy season 2, which dropped last night, which I'm almost done with because it's good. I'll just say that. um Muppets Now came out as well yesterday on Disney Plus. There's other stuff that's trickling out here and there. The Boys is coming out in September. Lovecraft Country is coming out in August. This is stuff that was already completed before the pandemic shut things down. And yeah, I'm not. I don't know. We're not going to see any new stuff for a while. It's going to be kind of like the writer's strike. If anyone was alive during the 90s and remembers the writer's strike, where we had a whole bunch of stuff going, and then all of a sudden there was a cliff where we didn't have new shows or anything like that. That's kind of when reality TV started taking over, even though it's all scripted anyway. You do have writers for reality TV. That's why I call it reality TV. And that's when that took hold, unfortunately, was when reality TV took place during the writer's strike. Yeah. Stanley says, no spoilers for Umbrella Academy 2, please. I have only seen one episode. Hey, yeah, that's not a problem, Stanley. Just they're all their own parents. That's all it is. That's the big spoiler for. Oh, was I supposed to not mention that? Okay. There you go. Ha ha. Yeah. Anyway. Also, you know what today is? Happy Spider-Man Day to everybody. Yeah, I guess today is Spider-Man Day. Via Marvel, the August 1st is Spider-Man Day. So yeah, put on your Spidey gear. I guess I didn't know it was Spider-Man Day, and I actually have on my Spidey gear already, which was kind of funny. Uh yeah, don't ask me. Why is it Spider-Man Day? That's a good question. I don't know, because Marvel said it was. I've never heard of it before, quite honestly, but sure, why not? We're in a pandemic, everyone's at home, that kind of stuff. It's Spider-Man Day. Post stuff of you trying to climb the walls or the ceiling or whatever it is you're doing at home. Well, this is actually a good one. So Netflix has announced that there's going to be a 6-part spin-off series of The Witcher called The Witcher Blood Origins, and it's set 1200 years before the current series. Um, Again, I believe this is supposed to flesh out the Witchers at that point. Uh, how they were created in all of this. We get a little bit of that in this current series, but yeah. Don't let your pigs, spider pig, spider pig. Yes. But yeah, The Witcher Blood Origins. I'm actually looking forward to this. Anything in the Witcher world, if they're going to do it to the same quality that the Witcher series has been in, and I don't know how many more times I can say The Witcher, but The Witcher Blood Origins looks like it's going to be a good series if they're going to be following the same kind of format. Just more stuff on this world. And I think everyone will agree that's actually a good thing. I don't know when it's going to go into production because, again, everything's shut down unless they're going to go fly over to New Zealand and do stuff there. And then they're not admitting Americans, from what I understand. So, which is a good thing because they're free of COVID over there at the moment. All right. Oh yeah. So this got it's kind of funny. This actually got announced after Comic-Con, even though they had their own panel. October 15th, season 3 of Star Trek Discovery premieres on CBS All Access. For those of you who are still watching it or care about that. Yeah. Honestly, Star Trek Discovery did nothing for me. It just wasn't it wasn't good. But if you guys love it, sure. Stanley says Cursed was showrun by the same person as The Witcher, if I understood that right. Huh. Okay, I kind of figured. I don't know if you remember, I did a little thing called "Is It Worth My Time?" I did Cursed, and I talked about The Witcher or Cursed. The Cursed. Blah, 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 blah. I talked about Cursed being like The Witcher, only with a lower budget. So that actually kind of makes sense. That actually does make sense that it was run by the same person, but with not as much money. So, yeah. Kill it with fire. Yes, exactly. I don't even have hate left for Discovery. Yeah, I don't either. It's indifference now at this point, Stanley. For me, it's like I just reported that, it's like, oh, you know what? It's news, and there's not that much news out there right now. I said I'll take it. I'll throw it out there, and it's kind of like last week when I was talking about The Walking Dead. I really don't give a shit about The Walking Dead anymore, or its 15 other sequels that it's got, or spin-offs or anything like that. But it was news, and I gave it to you guys. So, yeah. So there's a rumor out there. Yeah, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor that you're not going to see now. This rumor is that Captain Marvel 2 is supposed to be a mini Avengers movie, and it's going to introduce Miss Marvel or Kamala Khan to the whole thing before Kamala Khan starts her own Disney Plus series. And Kevin Feige has said this before now that he's taken over Marvel TV as well, is that the movies and the TV series are actually going to interswitch at this point. So you're going to have stuff that happens in the movie that directs, to the TV series, and stuff in the TV series that actually affects the movies too. So it's going to go back and forth. And I believe the first one that this was supposed to cross over with was WandaVision and Doctor Strange 2, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, that Penn says I'd watch Walking Dead before Discovery or Picard. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather read a book before watching either one of them at this point. Yeah. Philip says, sorry I'm late. Got stuck phone shopping. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like it was scheduled or anything. Or for those of you out in Great Britain, schedule. Is that how you do that? Yes, I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of hate comments, but sure, why not? Come on, it's funny. It really is to us here in the States. It's just a weird way of saying schedule. And of course, ours probably sounds just as weird to you. This was kind of interesting. We got a trailer for a new Blu-ray movie that's coming out from DC Animation, of course, called Batman: Death in the Family. And the thing that's actually weird about this whole DVD Blu-ray thing, video on demand, I guess you could say, is that it's going to be a choose your own adventure kind of thing. So it actually, during a scene, it will pause and you choose where you want to go, what the outcome is going to be of that particular scene. And that scene, once you pick whatever it is, will change the outcome of what you're watching. And of course, there are going to be multiple different outcomes of this, and there's multiple places where you can actually do this. This is coming out in fall, by the way. The trailer was interesting. The animation was okay. Not as bad as some DC animation has been before, but not as good as it has been as well. It's kind of in the middle of things. So, yeah, I'm going to take a look at it when it comes out. It seems interesting, a little bit of a different take on things. I know that they did this already with, Black Mirror, Bandersnatch or Bandicoot or whatever it was called. Yeah. Kind of like, Black Mirror. That's exactly it, Stanley. Yes. Only animation. Yeah. Choose your own adventure bat story. Yes, it is. It is a choose your own adventure bat story. So this is, of course, the death of Jason Todd. That's what it deals with. And you can have him die, you can have him save himself, or you can have Batman save him. Those are the three options on that. And depending on what happens there, then there's different outcomes that, of course, have. You can have Hush come into the play there at this point. You could have Red Robin be born, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You still have a set of the Choose Your Own Adventure books, Stanley? That's impressive. Yeah, they tried suing Black Mirror, I believe, the company that owns. I think it's Scholastic now that owns it, and I think they tried suing the guys at Black Mirror for that Choose Your Own Adventure stuff, and they were like, "Yeah, no." Courts were like, "Nope, sorry, not going to happen." Yeah, just kind of funny. So here's something no one ever saw coming. Well, kind of, sort of. But Courtney Cox is returning to play Gale Weathers in Scream 5. Yes, Scream 5, a movie that got 4 more sequels than a better movie like Dread, or take your pick of all movies that should have gotten a better sequel. Big Trouble in Little China, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, she's going to play a character in another slasher movie that's going to be boring and most likely go direct to video or VOD or whatever it is. Yeah. But I don't know, Stanley. I guess there's some people that are actually still clamoring for Scream and want Ghostface and all that. I don't know. I kind of figure that the parodies of it already kind of canceled it out, but I guess not. It's it's a mystery. It's a mystery and an enigma wrapped in a warm, fluffy tortilla. It really is. So, creator and writer of the John Wick series, Derek Kolstad, is going to be writing the script for the animated Splinter Cell series at Netflix. Now, if you don't know what Splinter Cell is, you're in good company. No, it was actually a very popular video game based on Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy created this whole thing, and essentially, you're an elite unit that are fighting different various things, military wise and whatnot. But yeah, he is writing the script for that. So that actually is a good thing. Derek Kolstad is really good at writing this kind of stuff. A franchise ignored by Ubisoft. Yeah. Actually, it wasn't ignored. I think it was because of Tom Clancy that they had to move along from it, is what was going on. Or the Tom Clancy estate now, is that it? Is he still alive? I don't know. I don't really follow him, and I don't know. When will we get Scary Movie 9? I don't know. It's a good question. Courtney Love would be more scarier. Thanks, Raymond. I don't know. What they should do is do a whole Friends reunion and make it Scream 5. If you want to get technical about it, do a whole fucking Friends reunion and make it be Scream 5. Yeah. Stanley says they still do Tom Clancy Division 2 Ghost Recon. Oh. Isn't there like 15,000 things called Ghost Recon that are all from Tom Clancy? Because I mean, I played the first Division, I got bored with it, and I stopped because it was just like, yeah, isn't like Rainbow Six Ghost Division? The Division Ghost Division, don't they have Splinter Cell Ghost Recon and all that? I don't know. Movie Finobi says Rainbow Six is okay, but didn't play as much way back. No problem, Movie Finobi. You're usually not here, so that you're here is good. Yeah, so I'm really I'd rather see the anime version of this than play a game on it, to tell you the truth. It's not really anything. I thought that was going to go past you, Movie Finobi. Oh man. Speaking of animated, there's a lot of animated stuff that's coming out. And again, it's because animation can be done during the time of COVID. Because animators do not need to work together. They can work by themselves. Yes, they don't need to be in a room. That's only for your sweatshop kind of animation things, that they need to be in a room so they can be working that 22 hours a day that they need to work. Kevin Smith is going to try to develop a new animated Green Hornet series. It's going to be set in modern times. And what this is supposed to be is it's the grandson, I believe, or the son of Green Hornet, of the original Green Hornet. And then there's going to be a female Kato, who is the daughter of Kato or the granddaughter of Kato. I don't know which one it is. So, yeah. We love you, Movie Finobi. I do. But yeah, so I don't know. One, it's Kevin Smith that's doing this, and two, I really don't care about Green Hornet as much anymore. The 60s show was fine, but Bruce Lee was what made that show. And Bruce Lee is he was what made Kato. And I would rather see, there was a comic book series on Kato done in the 90s, I want to say. I would rather see that series be made as just its own standalone series, animated or live action, either way. And yeah. So, sorry, I was reading the chat there for a second. So, what else we got? Oh, Stanley, you're not a punching bag. It's just when you bring up Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that's the only thing. But that's its own punching bag in its own right. Black Widow, when it comes out, is going to have 30 minutes of IMAX footage. Okay, that's great. I don't have an IMAX theater anywhere near me. I have the faux IMAX, of course. It's all right, but I'm not going to pay the extra $5-6. And of course, I'm not going to go into a theater at this point. So yeah. 30 minutes of extra IMAX footage. If you have an IMAX theater near you, go and see it. Should be interesting. Oh, Stanley Tweedle. Winona Earp. I don't harp on it all the time. That's the whole thing, though. I have very many different varied interests. This is true, Penn. Agents is still far from the worst thing I ever watched. I mean, there is Farscape. I kid. I blanked on a minute there, so what was worse, and I couldn't there. You're still confused on Tenet as to when it's coming out. Your guess is as good as mine, Raymond. Last I heard was the end of August. So I don't know. And then I heard that it actually moved to next year. So, but it keeps bouncing back and forth between end of August and then move to next year. And I don't know what it is that they're doing. So, yeah. Yeah, I heard that Tenet is opening up overseas. See, this is the whole thing that was kind of crazy about the Tenet. So it was originally supposed to be the end of August. Then, of course, we don't know when theaters are opening here in the United States because no one wears their fucking masks, and we have COVID explosions going on all over the place. And they said, okay, we're removing it from the schedule, from Warner Brothers' schedule entirely for 2020 and moving it to 2021. I was like, all right, that sounds like a good plan. And then I heard, no, it's still on for the end of August, but it's going to open up at overseas first, but not here in the United States, which means why don't you just do it VOD then at that point and just have people buy it? Because people will buy it. It's not a problem. I don't understand. I really, they need to get their story straight. But again, it's Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers does some weird shit all the time with their releases, and I don't know what they're doing. So Philip Ademic says, I love The Division when I bought my PC, but I never bothered to get the add-ons. Yeah. Tenet is a big screen movie. Yes, I agree with you, Stanley, and that's why I have a big screen in the other room with surround sound. Yeah. I know. Nolan loves his 70 millimeter. Yes, he does. He really does, Stanley. Yeah. So I've only got two other things left here, and they really aren't genre related too much. Well, one is, one isn't. So it hasn't been officially announced yet by Netflix, but Wu Assassins, which has already been released now for a year, is getting a second season at Netflix, supposedly. Supposedly, this was announced just before COVID hit. The COVID closures happened. But there you go. There's a second season of Wu Assassins. Yes, I know I did an Is It Worth My Time? I did a two-parter on that one. And I'm still mixed about it. I'm still kind of mixed feelings. Although it's kind of weird. That is a video that keeps popping up on my as I'm tracking things and whatnot on YouTube. It's still, people keep watching it every week. I don't know what it is about that. Those two episodes. Yeah. Penn says, I'm so happy to be out of Florida for a while. I'm no rush to return. Yeah, I don't blame you, Penn. Yeah, here in Southern California, it's not, well, where I'm at, I should say, in Southern California. I'm not in LA. So LA is horrible right now. There's a huge increase going on, but here in San Diego, there's an increase, but not as bad as LA. Yeah. So, oh, and the final news that I've got going on is Warrior, the Cinemax series, just released a new trailer, and they are saying that October is going to be the release for season 2 of Warrior on Cinemax. Yeah. This, of course, is the Bruce Lee. His daughter, Shannon Lee, actually took his notes, his handwritten notes, and made, it was from Kung Fu when he was actually talking about how to make kung fu because he was the one that actually created it before it got stolen from him. And this is the vision that he had. And Warrior is definitely damn good. Yeah. Wu Assassins was interesting, but I'm not a martial arts fan. A martial arts fan is what Stanley says. Yeah, there was a little bit. There was supernatural stuff in there too. That's why I said it kind of fits the genre on there. Warrior, of course, does not fit the genre that I do. It's pure out and out martial arts. It's got a period piece to it, set in San Francisco in the 1800s. I like it. I mean, it's really good. It's raw, if you will. The martial arts are awesome. The fight scenes are spectacular, and the story's really damn good too. So, yeah, Olivia Chang, I guess, sent out that little video there because I didn't see it. I didn't see it mentioned anywhere. And I think Stanley, you were the one who actually posted it on the Facebook group page, right? Yeah. Stanley says, I know someone whose sister was working on the Warrior props department in Cape Town. Nice. Yeah, from her Facebook group page. Exactly. Oh, Joe Greer, were you the one who posted it? Oh, you were the one who posted. Okay. All right. I don't remember who actually did. I was actually grabbing stuff at the beginning, just before the show started, news-wise. Okay, so it was Joe Greer. That's who it was. Well, thank you. Yeah, Warrior was good. I mean, it's got strong characters in it. It's timely as well because it deals with racism. It deals with xenophobia as well, and yeah, it's got some really good shit to it. That's all I'm going to say. HBO Max is stupid for not actually having it in their queue of shows, along with Banshee. They need to have Banshee in there as well. It's one of those things that I look at it and I'm like, you guys have Max in your title, HBO Max, and you're supposed to have Cinemax stuff. That's what you touted this as being to begin with, and you still don't have that in there. Why? Why is this? Yeah. Although good news on the for those of us who have Roku's or Amazon Fire sticks and all that kind of stuff, we'll still be able to watch HBO Now. I think it was, yeah, HBO Now on those on Amazon devices and Roku devices. It's not going to expire. It was supposed to expire yesterday, and it didn't. Yeah. Those damn people bringing up real issues in their shows. Oh, bringing up historical, accuracies. Yeah. If anything, they actually clean up some of the stuff because there was some really brutal shit that used to happen in San Francisco in the late 1800s, race-wise, and yeah. And if anything, that's actually a lot cleaner than some of the stuff I've read. I took a San Francisco history class when I lived in San Francisco, and it goes into detail. And yeah, it's just one of those things you look at and you're like, fuck. Pretty horrific stuff because you're actually reading actual newspaper articles. And the matter of factly, yeah. Every show but the past is sanitized. It really is, yeah. Well, of course, you can't put the actors through what really happened. That just would be nuts. I mean, you maybe you'll do it animated, but then, there's a stigma on animation for some people. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. Like I said, it was a slow week this week after Comic-Con, and well, even during Comic-Con, and it's gonna be slow. Who knows what's gonna happen here? What do I have coming up for the rest of the week? Let's see. Tomorrow I'm off. Monday is Stargirl. Tuesday is It Worth My Time, and I'm going to be doing Umbrella Academy season 2. Excuse me. Because I'll actually be done by today. Uh, yeah. And Wednesday I'll be off. Thursday is going to be the season finale of Doom Patrol. That's right. Season finale of Doom Patrol. Friday I'm off, and then Saturday rolls back around to Saturday morning blast off. Yeah. Trust me, Pen, it's not gonna be hard to binge. It really isn't. I wasn't expecting to like kind of fly through the season. And I started like later on in the afternoon, like after work. And because I was telecommuting yesterday. And yeah, I was like, wow. I looked up and I was like, wait, what episode am I on? What time is it? Where are my teeth at? Yeah, I know. Season finale for Doom Patrol. I wish we had one more episode. I wish we did get that one more episode, but nope, we don't. We only get 9 episodes for Doom Patrol. Yeah. Yeah, even though I believe they're a little bit less than an hour each episode, but yeah, I just kind of flew right through it. And there's 10 episodes, by the way, just so you're aware that there are 10 episodes. I might need to rewatch episode 9 because I was starting to nod off there near the end, and I need to. Yeah. Hey, Dante. Yes, just getting ready to wrap things up here. Yeah, Doom Patrol is fucking fantastic. As I've said before, it's the best show on TV, and they better, if they know it's good for them, season 3 needs to be, it needs to happen. It really does. It really does need to happen. Oh, I don't know if anyone noticed, by the way, there's a new addition up here, right there. It's Batman Beyond. So yeah, I ended up buying the Batman Beyond Blu-ray set, even though I already own the Batman Beyond, the complete series, on just regular DVD when it first came out. Because they did the upgrade on the seasons to 4K, or basically they cleaned up the episodes; they look better. Yeah, and it also came with the Return of the Joker movie, the uncut version, and a couple other things too. I would love a lot more Swamp Thing. Pen, I agree with you. We'll see what happens since it's season 1 is going to be replaying out on CW. And if there's enough viewers, I think they might reboot that, or not reboot it, but revive it to a season 2. I know the same thing's happening with Hannibal right now. It's on Netflix, and they're saying if enough people, clamor for it and watch it and want it, they might get a season 4 out of it. Yeah. Swamp Thing is on DVD. Yeah, Swamp Thing is on DVD. It really is. Let's see. Stanley says, I would like to see another fantasy TV show trailer in Doom Patrol. You mean kind of like what we already had the last 2 episodes, where we had Steel and Stone and what was it, the Avengers? You know, uh, B and Bot, or B and Borg. B and Borg. That's what it was. Uh, yes, Dante. Yes, I'm almost done with Umbrella Academy season 2. Does anyone know how much content is out in 8K? Probably slim to none, Philip. Yeah. I mean, right now they're still fighting to get stuff out in 4K. Just ask HBO and HBO Max. They don't broadcast anything in 4K. Everything is all 2K or 1080p, I should say. It's not even 2K, it's 1080p. And yeah, they release their stuff later on DVD on 4K. But yeah, if you're going to pay for a subscription and then pay for the video, that's just not right. It really isn't. Should I take my PPP and feed people, or get a bigger TV? It depends, Philip, on where your morals are. I would say feed people. But if you're a selfish bastard, you'd get that bigger TV. The HBO Max resolution is 1080p. Stanley, it is not 4K. Yes, indeedy. They don't stream. They don't. Same thing with HBO Now and HBO Go. They don't stream anything in 4K. I was in error. I thought they did, and then I checked it, and no, they do not. So not only are you paying a premium for their channel stuff, but yeah. So it is not max resolution. No, it is not max resolution. You went really far for that joke, by the way. Are you taking comedy lessons from Apple Crow or something? Because yeah, that was about that par. So I'm probably gonna let you guys go for the rest of the weekend here. Maybe we come back. Hey, that wasn't a punch or anything like that. That was more of a comment on Apple Crow. See, that was a side tangent to someone who isn't even here. Yeah. I don't want to be accused of adding to the obesity problem, Philip. Well, if you get healthy foods, I don't know, fruits, vegetables, that kind of stuff, you should be okay. I'm gonna let you guys go for the weekend. We're having a heat wave down here. Having a heat wave, and it's not a tropical heat wave. Yeah, it's supposed to. I think it's gonna hit like 90 some odd where I'm at here. So I'm gonna actually take the little dog and go to the coast and try and cool down a little bit. It's usually like 20 degrees cooler, about 15 miles away from me. There's never a Frenobie around when you need one. That's what Philip says. Don't I know it? See, there we go. There's a little in there. Oh, he knows he's loved. It's tough love, but it's love. It really is. Thanks everybody who joined me today in the chat. Yes, I know Florida does have a hurricane coming, Penn. I was sorry, I was trying to I didn't even see that before you. Yeah. Yes. They've had a hurricane coming now for a little while. Yeah. Thanks everybody who joined me tonight or today in the chat, I should say, and thank you if you made it in through this video. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up here at the very end, and if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button. Up here is going to be Doom Patrol is what's going to come up there. Dad Patrol is what's going to be up that way. And if you want to know when I'm on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. And, I've got all the links to my social media too. So Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. There's also the links to this YouTube page and my Facebook page and a Facebook group page, which you guys can chat on. You can join, chat on, and chat and post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. I knew I'd get out there eventually. Yeah. 117 in Phoenix. Wow. Yeah, it's a dry heat. I've been through dry heats before, and I prefer the dry heat to the humid heat. We get the humid heat out here, and this is just blech. So thanks, Penn, for posting all of that. I will see you guys on Monday for the penultimate episode of Stargirl. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up getting pre-recorded for Comic-Con at home and having technical issues and no tweets, no talking about it, no comments. I don't know. I'm just rambling now at this point. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Monday. Until then, have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe, be well, and take care. See you, everybody.